Good morning, Mitchell. It's Monday. Now, I don't know whose amazing idea was to schedule my video like the day of auditions, but I'm not a fan. Now, Mitchell, in your last video, you talked about how you were going to try to keep Jonathan out of the frames, and I can totally relate to... Oh, hey, Andrew. What's up? Sorry about that. You know Andrew. Ever since you moved out, he's been living in your room. You know him, trying to get attention all the time, can't stay away from a camera. Now, Mitchell, let's talk about you. I think it's really wonderful that you're off, colleging and everything, going to classes and, throwing up on strangers. That's wonderful. I've been seeing a lot of pictures of you hanging out with Rachel, although the verb that she's been using is burrowing. She seems happy about that. Now, Mitchell, I can't help but notice that you're not, living here anymore, and I gotta tell you, I've realized that a whole human makes a big difference within an entire household. For example, say the Curtis family orders a pizza. Now, surprisingly, this hasn't happened since you've been gone. But say we do get a pizza. I get to have, my own pizza. I get to choose what's on it. Not just pepperoni. I get to have whatever is on it. Now, it's a win-win for both of us, because I believe at U of M, you're probably eating a cornucopia of pepperoni-infested cuisine. Pepperoni Infestation. That should be a band name. A really quite wonderful thing about you not living here anymore is that I don't have to interact with people before 7 o'clock in the morning. I actually did find it really surprising that upon realizing this, Mom was very concerned that I wanted to have someone up with me in the morning so I wouldn't get lonely or anything. No. Tempting. No. Now, Mitchell, to go off the graph that you made in your last video, mine is going to be the amount of people with whom I have to interact before 7 o'clock and general happiness. And that graph kind of goes... Now, Mitchell, this is the part of the video where I completely changed the topic. I want to talk to you about a guy on YouTube that I discovered this week. His name is Troy Sivan. With 2.5 million subscribers already, I'm probably late on this whole thing, but I've become totally hooked on him. So much so, I'm pretty sure I watched every one of his videos in 3 days. Not only is Troy Sivan ridiculously entertaining, just hysterical and Australian, but man can he sing. The funny thing is, he's the skinniest little twig of a teenager you've ever seen, but once he starts singing, it's like... Take me away. Now, Mitchell, he actually wrote a song about The Fault in Our Stars, and if you'll allow me to act like a stereotypical girl on Tumblr, it just brings up all the feels. Links to his videos and The Fault in Our Stars song in my pants. Now, Mitchell, I'm filming this in the past. It's Saturday, but probably by the time you're watching this, it'll be Monday, and I'm actually probably auditioning, right now. Although this is my first video, it's actually kind of a special one, because I have a special guest with us. My best friend, and apparently my roommate now, Andrew. He's an expert on Chicago. Come on over here, Andrew. Now, Mitchell, I'm here to conduct the very first ever Brotherhood 2.1 interview. I'm here with Andrew. Now, Andrew, we auditioned Monday at 5 o'clock. How do you feel going into auditions?
Well, I feel pretty nervous, but pretty excited for it.
Yeah, pretty excited. I can say I relate to that too. Definitely, we should be practicing now. I think we're just trying to procrastinate as much as we can in order to not actually be productive in practice. What else is new,
That's pretty accurate.
Mitchell, before I go, I want to request one change to Brotherhood 2.1. I think we need a mascot, and I think we both know what's the best option for that. Now, Mitchell, I think Robert Downey Jr. as a centaur holding a giant lollipop is the obvious choice, but Andrew also had the idea of Dustin Hoffman with the booty. Mitchell, in closing, I want to return your favor and give you something to think about for the next week and to keep in mind. Andrew recently brought up the fact to me that I could never be president, because if I ever made any laws, they'd just be called coleslaws. Now, Mitchell, now that these first two videos are kind of out there and this project is really taking off, I want to tell you that I'm much more excited about this than I was at the beginning. I think it's going to be a great way to communicate, and I'm enjoying it already. On that note,
Mitchell, I'll see you on Thursday.
Mitchell, I'll see you on Thursday.